This week I was at the Lisbon Film Festival, so here's a quick rundown of all the films that I saw at the Lisbon Film Festival. So opening night ceremony kicked off with Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. And this movie is about awkward family dynamics and the conversations you want to have but don't end up having. The movie is split into 3 different sections. Each section is shot in a different location with different actors. Other than some dialogue and the overall theme, they're not really connected to each other. And I think this is its overall downfall. The second you get used to the characters, you move into another story. Kind of feels more like a TV show than a cohesive film. Up next was Ghaywan, a Hungarian movie from the 70s, and was part of the Revolutionary Films retrospective that they were doing. This was actually a very special experience to me because this movie was directed by Janko Miklos, who I actually personally knew. He was a close family friend, but I never had the opportunity to see any of his movies. I just want to say that the curator did an excellent job presenting this movie. And I knew I would like it the second he described it as a socialist musical. Next up was A Silent Friend. Now, this was the movie I was most looking forward to based on the description, but unfortunately I left a little disappointed. This movie had 3 different storylines set in 3 different time periods which were intercut with each other. Other than the connection the characters had with plants, they weren't really connected. The director was actually there at the screening and spoke about the movie, saying that this is a movie more driven by emotion than plot. I'm totally on board with that. In fact, my favorite movie of the year is that. I love the concept, it just needed a little bit more finessing. I also had no idea that the entirety of this movie would be in German. No problem, I speak the German, but I wasn't expecting that. Next up was Kristen Stewart's directorial debut, The Chronology of Water. And this was visceral. Based on the memoir of Lydia Yuknovich, this is a story about a young woman coping with the trauma of her past through her love of writing and literature. It is told from an unreliable narrator perspective, and it's meant to be jarring. The editing in this movie is truly impressive, along with the sound design. This is not an insult, but the credits were one of the most interesting parts of the movie. Just the fast-paced nature of how they were edited, I wanted that more throughout the movie. Last up, we have Homebound. Let me tell you, I haven't cried this hard at a movie in a while. This was by far my favorite of the new releases I saw at the festival, and it's both beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. The story follows 2 childhood friends from a North Indian village and their pursuit for a career to better their lives. This is the one out of the 5 that I would most recommend, but bring tissues.